welcome back to Grumpy Old Men. I am Eric.
And I am Tim. We do appreciate y'all joining us and tuning in. Eric was supposed to be in a different location, and he obviously failed on that part. I was being nice and changed corners of the room. I was trying to change it up a little bit.
I could change corners, but you do not want to see what the rest of this room looks like. It's storage.
So
I'm
here
trying
you
to get
go.
moved. I'm trying to get moved upstairs.
So this is this is in my bar. Look, Eric, you see this behind my head? Look at my street sign. Look at my street sign.
Oh, naughty street, naughty street.
Naughty street. We will not confirm or deny how that came about, but anyway.
Well, that was like a big thing when I was younger. Stealing road signs, like in our dorm rooms in the military, we used to have like stop signs and yield signs and traffic cones. I don't know why that was fun, but we would.
Oh no, no! You did that as a kid, and you ran around, and because you had guns in your car, you'd shoot the stop sign or the railroad sign or whatever it was. But no, we lived in a we had there's about four of us that lived all next door to one another, and the little area we lived in, it was like in duplexes at the time or townhomes or whatever. But the office named us Naughty Street because we were pretty bad. We were the wildest bunch in there. We didn't think too bad. We just party. One way or another, we was in somebody's garage every night or every weekend. So the office nicknamed us Naughty Street. So we actually bought that, had it made, and put up a little bitty sign right there in the front yard on the corner.
That's
It had
awesome.
Naughty Street on it. So
I want a sign that says Naughty Street. I just have this motivational crap behind me. Is it backwards? Is it backwards when I publish the videos?
no, I don't know about push, but I can read it.
They're backwards on my screen,
Oh no, I can read it.
like mirrored. Okay.
It's got to be the mirrored thing.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah,
I won't go past that.
I got a whole bunch too.
I guess I can sit like this. Off I can't be off center. That'll drive me nuts. I can't
Think
do it.
big, think big, baby.
I can't do it. That's what they used to tell me in prison. Or no, think small. Think small.
Think small.
Think
Think small. Yeah, you don't need to think big.
For that first prostate exam when you get older. Think small. Think small.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
I hope you kept the soap pretty handy and didn't drop it.
that's why you had it on a rope and tied it around your neck. Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't screw with that. Or you had liquid soap.
That'll work too.
Everybody had like the little
Pump dial,
yeah.
squirt bottle.
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly what it was. Dial, that fucking orange, nasty smelling
Yeah.
regular flavor, whatever that is. And we all had the same shit because that's how they sold it, the PX.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, man. Well, hey, I don't know, what do you got this week? I know we had the sub implosion.
Yeah, we did have the sub implosion again. I know we talked about that. So I'm sorry. I feel bad for the family, but I'm not getting on that thing. I don't care.
Look, so I was sitting next to my daughter and I were sitting there, and it had just been really released that they were gone. It imploded, right? And I'm on TikTok, and dude, already like hours in, I mean, just the memes and I was just bursting out laughing. My daughter just looks at me, she's like, "Ted, you're gonna go to hell." I'm like, I can't not laugh at this. It's freaking hilarious.
I know. I saw a few that had made a fake helicopter and was talking about, hey, $100,000 for volcano rides. I'll take you to the top of a volcano and let you see the, lava bubbling, and it was, made out of some styrofoam and stuff. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, or like I know they pay $250,000 to get the actual Titanic experience, right? You sink and go under and die, or maybe they should have paid 500.
That one.
Maybe they should have paid 500,000 for the round trip ticket.
Yeah. Oh wow! I hadn't heard that one. That is cruel.
There were so many, and the controller. Oh my gosh! So people started posting fake reviews on Amazon, because you saw it was being operated by like a knockoff PlayStation, like a Logitech controller.
Right.
Did you see that? Yeah. So people went to Amazon to that product and started posting fake reviews. Like 1 star, would not recommend, imploded on impact, like stopped working, batteries ran out after 400 feet. Like it, I mean, the people, look, I love people some days. Like that shit is hilarious to me.
It's funny and I get it, but I do feel sorry for the families, but
of course my heart goes out to the families. I'm a billionaire or not, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, those are people, those are human lives, and yes, I feel bad for them, but they'd be laughing.
Funny. It is.
They'd be laughing. They'd be
Yeah, they
laughing if
would.
they were here. Oh
They
my
would.
gosh. I
And you
mean,
know what else I heard and saw is that you couldn't. Had a friend of mine telling me over the weekend that they didn't have like windows that you could see out. When you actually went down, it was shaded or covered, and you actually just looking at a computer screen from the camera out there. I'm like, you mean to tell me I could damn sit here in my damn office or my bar and look at a computer screen and I'm seeing the same shit without looking out the window?
yes.
Oh
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
Yeah,
We're good.
people driving by, like, what is it? Not Gal or Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, where they have the giant Titanic thing. Like, hey, look, I just paid $39 and I got to see the whole thing for, and I didn't even die. Like,
I didn't implode.
oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
I can't believe that. I mean, it's absolute. But some of the, gosh, there are some funny ass people on this planet. Holy
Oh,
shit! Like,
that round trip ticket, I got to remember that. That's pretty good. I mean, that is pretty good
like,
for real.
the banging they heard were them banging the controller on the sides of the sides of the submarine. God, come on, work. Shit. My microphone's falling
New
apart.
batteries. You tearing up your microphone.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. So just there are geniuses like Little Mermaid down there. Like, hey, I heard there was a billionaire just looking for a wallet.
Hey, I did see where the United Nations is going to use a AI powered software program that they're going to make all the countries use, that are proposing all the countries use, that they can scour the internet and YouTube and TikTok and everything else. So to get rid of disinformation, to get rid of basically to get rid of people like us that tell the truth or
Oh,
call
good.
them on their BS, and they're talking about using that to get yeah. So I saw that. I'm thinking, okay, here we go. They're already doing it anyway, but they're not hiding that shit no more.
No, 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 no. And it's getting crazy. It's absolutely getting crazy. That it just the things that I'm seeing now with AI, um, online and stuff is just it's insane. Like the Abbott thing that you showed me the other day. Holograms have been around a while, but it's definitely a lot better than it used to be. Um, but yeah, it's what we're seeing nowadays is just so much different. Just than
Yeah.
a year ago, like the amount that has progressed in just a year, right?
Oh, well, speaking of that, and you know what? Because you said that, but I'm gonna tie that into something in a minute. You're right. It's growing exponentially. It's on a it's on a fast bell curve. It looks like it's going up really fast. My wife was actually sitting in a meeting, and she sent me a snap picture, the screenshot that they were discussing. I won't mention where she works, but they were in that meeting. They were talking about the AI, the products they're introducing, over the next several days, that the company that she does contract work for, that it's going to be used, it's rolled out to us. She said, man, she said, I thought you was kidding. Or sometimes she takes me with a grain of salt. And I said, I told you it's coming.
How they're going to eliminate people's jobs
Yep,
and
pretty much.
that's
I
crazy to
mean,
me.
but, and the bad thing about it is what's happened to, what's them, we talked about the American dream the other day.
Yeah,
We mentioned that, we used to be the land of the free and home
in
of
the
the
home of the
brave.
brave. Yeah,
What happened to the American dream? It's not, they're killing it. It's not, now I agree we have freedom and yes we have liberty, but the American dream to me, and I think a lot of others, was the opportunity. The American experiment,
sure.
that so called want to call it. When our founding fathers came over here, you think about it, they were serfs, they were subject to the kings and the queens and all
Hmm.
that other crap and the overlords, and they just wanted the opportunity. Hey, look,
Yeah.
I want to take the risk, and guess what? If I fail, I fail. I don't. But if I succeed, it's my rewards to keep. It's not yours or the states or whatever.
Hmm.
They're killing that. But you just mentioned about how fast AI is coming. Think about when they came over here on the Mayflower. Think about, they were still using wood to cook. They were using open fires to cook.
I'm
You know,
watching that series, that 1883, like the prequel to
yeah.
Yellowstone.
Hmm.
And they're trying to get these Germans who rowed a boat over up to Oregon, to get the American dream,
Right.
right? And it just, just hearing like what they came from, like there's this one talk they were talking about like illegal to swim,
Yeah.
right? Where they came from. And it's absolutely crazy to think that, we were at that time, right? The land of the free, the home. Well, in 1883, it was no. I mean, we had cities, but it wasn't anything like it is today. You can just move somewhere and claim a piece of land, like this is mine, right?
Right, but you just made the comment about the everything, the information growing so fast. Think about it. We're 200 years, roughly 200 years in, give or take. I'm using round
Hmm.
numbers. We've gone from the wagon trail, Oregon Trail, in 200 damn years to where we're putting people in space.
Oh, I know the Oregon Trail. Well, people were dying of dysentery.
Right. But that's
Pathetic.
in 200 years. So tell me what happened the first 6,000 or 7,000. If you believe, if you don't believe God created the earth, that's fine. We'll have a conversation later. But 6,000 years of human history, you you can't tell me somebody wasn't smart in that time frame. It was the opportunity. They were all basically, think about this. Think
Well,
about that.
no, they were smart and they probably had the opportunity, right? But the AI was invented as a culmination of thousands of other things being invented.
No, I agree with that. But my point is, in 200 years, we've come from the Oregon Trail to AI.
Right.
If you go backwards 200 years from the Oregon Trail, you can't tell me. I mean, what was going on? Everybody was a serf. You had to born into families. You had slavery. You had
No,
all
you
that
did.
going
You're
on.
right. You're right.
So I mean, and the bad thing about it is our leaders and our government are trying to put us back there now. They're doing this shit on purpose.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I
I
get,
know.
that's a great point though. I never thought about that. Like the last 200 years, what have we done? But then the last however many thousand years before that, what did they do?
Yeah. What did they do, and why didn't they? Of course, they built the pyramids, and I mean, heck, you go all the way back in the Bible. You mentioned about when I mentioned that about the rainbow. You really didn't know that story about the rainbow?
Mm-mm. No, I haven't looked it up either.
Well, it's true. Noah, when the ark rested on Mount Ararat, that was God sent the rainbow and said, I'll never basically destroy the earth for flood. He didn't say nothing about fire. The Bible and the Jews actually teach the earth to be destroyed twice, once by flood and once by fire. So we know it ain't gonna be a flood completely destroyed like it was. So
Well, I
anyway,
mean, yeah, it's but that's okay. So let's think back. So Thomas Edison, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, right?
yeah, Edison
Okay,
invented the light
good.
bulb.
Thanks. I have like five pieces of history in my head. Anyway, so but like, all right. So what kept somebody 50 years prior to him inventing the light bulb?
Right, or 100 years.
What was it though? I mean, like, but think about that. That's really weird to think about. Like, that's like mind numbing. Like, why was he just the first person to think of it? Did did nobody 100 years before him go, fire sucks? I wish there was some way that we could have light in our home or whatever. Like,
Yeah, or Alexander Graham Bell inventing the telephone. You know, I,
yeah.
and that's my point. In 200, it is my, and I thought about that the other day. It's mind blowing to think about. In 200 years, we've come from, like I said, the Oregon Trail to space travel and AI. We got computer generated people now. But you
But
had
what was keeping the guy 100 years before Edison
from
or
doing it.
Bell from doing it? I
Right.
want I what materials? The idea? I mean, what was there something in 100 years that Thomas Edison had access to that somebody else did not?
I and that may be true. Some of the materials may not be invented. Hey, this can come from, this
But the
rock or
materials have
this.
always been there, like the filament and the glass and the whatever
I
you
mean,
used.
the water, using water power or wind power. You've seen the farmers using the spin wheels to get
Hmm.
water out. I don't know, but it took a long time to get there because I still think a lot of it had to do with their opportunities, and meaning you were born into poverty, you were born into slavery, you was born into serfdom. I'm the king and the queen. We're sitting up here in the castle, and all you're going to do is farm and plant and do whatever we tell you to do.
Yeah,
And
it's the
they're
mindset. You only know what you know, right?
exactly
Like, yeah, so you don't, there were no I don't know, not entrepreneurs, but no people
outside
willing
thinking.
to, yeah, but yeah, outside the box thinkers or people want to buck the system and saying this is not, this might be how it is, but it's not how it has to be, or it's not. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, Thomas
And I
Edison
th-
said,
and I
"Hey,
think some of the ones that were probably hunted down and killed, executed.
maybe." So yeah, people were probably afraid, right, to challenge the system. This is the way we've always done it. You don't do it differently. You get hanged
Right.
or stoned. Oof.
I mean,
Can you imagine being stoned to
but
death?
this country doesn't realize that they are putting us back to that. They are. I mean, that's what they're trying to do. They are trying to take our opportunity away from us and make it totally for them. I mean, just look what happened to Hunter Biden. You know about Hunter pleading guilty, right? You look at so you wow, you didn't know that. So
I know
th-
something happened to Hunter Biden with some computer or something. Maybe I don't know.
so
Keep going.
you remember his laptop story, right? You know about that all. He went
I
and
know
he
of
had
a laptop. I don't know what was on it or anything else that just
okay.
happened.
Well, he had all kind of he had porn and cocaine dealings and prostitute stuff. He had stuff in there, emails that he'd sent about the briberies that the Bidens gets. They all the bribes they took from the Chinese and everything else.
Oh
But
gosh, don't ever look through my computer.
he also um everything they're doing to Trump, everything that they've done to him, brought him in on all these trumped up charges. He just did an interview with Brett Baer the other day, and 10 damn minutes after that interview went off, the DOJ announced its sweetheart deal. They brought Hunter Biden up on charges that should have been felonies. They knocked him down to a misdemeanor, even his gun charge. He filled out federal forms and lied on the federal forms, which is a felony. Period. They'll tell you that. If you and I would have done that, it's a felony. They knocked everything down to a misdemeanor. He gets to go through rehab, and after he gets out of rehab, he gets to own guns again. I had to sink mine in the goddamn river, and then 2 days later, you're at the goddamn the State Department dinner or some department dinner, and you're standing right next to the Attorney General Garland, who made the deal for you. This is
I,
horse shit.
it is. I have a buddy who has a felony. He got when he was 21. And he's almost 50 now, and he still can't get a gun because he can't get the felony expunged. And it was for drugs, like a felony drug charge, like
Right.
fucking
So,
30 plus years
but
ago.
his last name ain't Biden or whatever
No,
the
it's
heck
not.
else
No, you're
is.
right. No, you're right. Didn't Biden
So,
have? Wait, did Biden have another son that got killed?
yes,
I'm so
one of
dumb.
his sons did get killed or died.
In war or something,
Uh,
maybe.
I forget. There's a whole bunch of things talking about his son get. I got to see. I know. I think his son died in a car wreck. I don't think it was in war.
Okay. What was
You have to.
what would people always say that were against Biden? Like, what was the name they would use?
Who?
Uh,
Sleepy Joe?
no, um, Dan, Don, Bob. Fuck. It was like a saying that they would use. It had like another person's name in it. Um, it was pro Trump against Biden. I don't. Oh fuck. That's gonna bother me now. Like, are you
No.
looking
So
up what happened to his
okay.
son?
So president. So his son Bo. I just looked it up. I knew it wasn't. He died of a brain tumor on Saturday, May 30th, 2015.
Hmm.
But Sleepy Joe goes around saying he was a war hero and he died in the war.
That's right. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's where the war thing came from.
Yeah. But what is? Man, I wish I could explain this better to you. It was like during the campaign, or people would use this as like not like slander against Joe Biden. I don't think that's the right word. It was like a phrase, like "we love somebody," or
You're killing me, man. I really don't know.
you'll know it if I said it.
You're probably
It's
right.
like Johnny Boy or something. Like for fuck's sake, let's see. Slogan
Well,
against Biden. I do not know how to type the word. I typed in S:"PGAM" against Biden.
you can't type, man.
I can't see my keyboard. Let's go, Brandon. Fuck, that was it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do know that.
What did that stem from?
I don't know. Look it up.
All right, I already got it here. How it became code for insulting Joe Biden. Republican Bill Posey of Florida ended an October 21st House floor speech with a fist pump and the phrase, "Let's go, Brandon." It may have seemed cryptic and weird, but the phrase was already growing in wide circles, a stand in for swearing at Joe Biden.
Oh, because everybody was going. FJB, and
Oh, okay.
it took his place.
Instead
So
of Biden, they said Brandon.
instead of blank Joe Biden, they were going, let's go Brandon, because the F word.
I
Think of what
see.
the F word.
Yeah. Hmm. Perfect.
Yeah,
Well, at least at least the mystery is solved now. Good lord.
but I'm sitting there looking at. I mean, where do you think Trump's going to be January 1st or January 23rd, 2025?
In the White House.
You do?
Oh yeah,
I don't think he's gonna.
100%. And he's gonna have DeSantis as his VP.
That would be a good ticket, but I don't think he's there. I think they're
No,
going.
you're right. I think they'll go against each other. I think he's gonna be in the White House, man.
I hope you're right, but I don't.
He's Donald
Unfortunately,
Trump. He's gonna find a way to fight through every piece of bullshit, and he's gonna come out smelling like fucking roses on the other
oh,
side.
they're doing what they can, but I don't think he's in. I do not think he gets in.
You
I
think he's
really
gonna be
don't.
in prison?
He may be in. I say one of two things. During the presidential inauguration in 2025, he's either sitting in Margot Law or he's sitting in prison. They're gonna railroad his ass, and he's either gonna drop out, not do what he, not run, be in Margot Law. He's gonna be in prison, which would be false, which would be falsified BS. But
Or he'll get accused and be like under bullshit house arrest or
right,
something in
exactly.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or in New York where all his businesses and shit are.
Well,
So he can
one way or
conduct
another.
business. Or
But I
both,
mean,
whatever.
but you think about it. What is the Republican plan? They don't have a plan. I mean, they just think Joe. I mean, the Democrats, the leftists, the socialists, the trans community, they all got a plan. They're executing it to a T.
What's the transplant? Transplant.
Really, the transplant they're going to cut off or either transplant.
Why does that the
Transplant?
transplant is to transplant a dick on
No,
my body?
no, their plan is to take and manipulate your children. And I mean, did you see him? Did you see him walking in New York and chanting the other day?
I was trying to be funny. Don't bring it down, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Basically they were chanting, "We're queer. We're here. We're coming for your kids," or something. It's something. You need to look at that.
Again, I will stand on this fucking podium till the day I die. Like, you do what you want to do, just don't force it on me.
But
You're
they're
free to go be
forcing.
whatever it is that you
They're
want to be. Just
they're
stop fucking forcing it on people. That's it.
and they're forcing it on
I
people.
know, and it's so dumb. Why?
They,
Why? Why did it? Because it's social media. Social media gives people platforms to bullshit on, and then one person gets with the other, and they all think they're going to be famous and on TV because they can stand behind one another, and then it just blows up to this bullshit.
Yeah, and they're marching now. They're marching down the streets, butt naked or with g strings on, and you see some fat. And they showed a fat, hairy man that had more hair on his back than he did on his head, twerking in front of a 6-year-old little girl. But if you do that in the school gymnasium, you're arrested for a lewd act. But you could do it on the dang public street.
I didn't want to sleep tonight. Thank you.
I mean, go look, go look. He really is. He got on a g string and a thing, some barely hiding his thing, and he's got more hair on his back than he does on the top of his head.
He should be more ashamed that G string was barely hiding his thing. I couldn't wear a G string.
Me either. But I mean, he's sitting there dancing in front of a bunch of kids, and shame on the parents for bringing the kids.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It's getting out of hand.
My personal opinion is it's just pure evil. So, it, you know,
Yeah, and, again, they're the ones that have to face the consequence, man. They're the ones that have when they get up there and be like, sure is warm in here. What happened? Told
and
you. It's a sin.
yeah, it's a look.
Later,
We tried
fuckers.
to, we tried to tell you, and the United Nations is even coming about. They were talking about artificial intelligence. Their goals for a sustainable future are, they're pushing this on other countries and they're starting to adopt it. They want no new car combustible engine sales by 2035. So basically, they're not going to make them.
All electric.
Yeah,
Excuse
we
me.
can't support that.
Hmm.
The electric grid can't support all electric.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I agree. Probably not. But look, if they want to go all electric cars, fine. I want to go electric. I don't care. Make the charging stations free. If you're forcing me, like the military, right? You're forcing me to wear a patch, you got to pay for the patch. You're forcing me to do this, you got to pay for this. If it's part of my job description, right? If the U.S. is going to force me to buy an electric car, pay for the electric.
Well, what you gonna do when they tell you you can't travel? Because that's another thing they want to do is take away travel.
Well, if they take away travel, that means they take away travel volleyball, which means that's all I ever go anyway.
So you
As
ain't
long
going
as to
anywhere.
go
You'll
to
be sitting at
Walmart,
at
I'm good.
home, right?
Yeah, in my
You'll be
new
sitting
pool.
you'll be sitting at home in your 15-minute city, like like the one Bill Gates is building out in Arizona.
I don't travel more than 5 minutes from my house.
I love you, man. I really
Other
do.
than other than like if I have to go to the mall for something special, I'll go. That's 10 minutes. 15 if I want to go to the fancy mall, the Galleria.
Man.
My daughter's volleyball again. That's the only thing I travel for. It's her away volleyball games.
No, but that, everything happens in Europe before it happens over here. They're actually telling travel agents in Europe that they need to be ready and be prepared and start promoting virtual reality travel, the metaverse, and everything else. And I was
Ooh,
thinking,
are they going to
dude,
have virtual reality travel to the red light district in Amsterdam?
I hope so. You gonna get the blow up doll?
That is- that's not the same thing. They need to
Uh,
make it real. If I'm paying for a virtual reality trip to Amsterdam,
hey, the girl got the. Hey, wait a minute. You could sue somebody because if you go to the virtual reality red light district in Amsterdam and you catch a sexually transmitted disease, you can sue just like the girl did who said she was accosted in the
in the
metaverse.
VR,
Remember that?
yes,
So hey, it's a win-win.
I have to go find a way to get one.
What I mean,
It's
hey,
probably worth it to sue for all
fake
that
it.
money.
Exactly. Fake a test. I mean, they fake everything else. So
Just
I mean,
walk downtown St. Louis. Hey, you happen to have gonorrhea, do you?
yeah, exactly.
Here, let me stick this in there real quick.
Can we play five? Can I see you for 5 minutes?
Yes.
I
I just
mean,
need three. I don't think it'd take three. I just
oh really?
need to get it in there and get some fluids rolling around. Ugh.
But yeah, but I saw that about the travel agents talking about doing that. I was like, all right, they're getting a little carried away. And then they actually had an article in what was the name of that? What was the name of that magazine? Wait a minute, the
Playboy.
New Yorker. I'm trying to
Oh,
think. The New Yorker is a magazine. They had this guy who wrote an article, and it was actually their planting the seeds that talk about if you want to travel and see the world, you start doing it virtually. If you want to travel, you're evil, and it's not good for the planet. And you're evil. It really did say you're an evil person if you want to travel. They're playing. I'm telling you, they're playing fucking chess. Excuse my French. Flipping chess.
speaking of chess, I could probably play chess all these water bottles. I should probably take some of these upstairs.
You
Every time I
probably
come down, I
could.
bring a new water bottle. I never finish it.
You
There's
probably
one, two,
could.
three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. Was it 12 pieces? No, 16 chess pieces on each side.
No, it's 16. One. It's
16
not
on each
nine.
side, right? 8 and 8.
One.
There can't.
I
There's not
got
a middle.
no. I got one back there. I got to look. I think it's 8 and 8.
It's got no. It's no. Right? There's 8 in each row. 2 rows, 16. 16 on each side. How many pieces
I can go
on
get
a
it out the
chess?
box. It's right there.
That's right here. I got it. 32, 16 on each side. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I said. It's 8 and 8. 8 on the front row and 8 on the second row.
I thought you meant 8 on one side, 8 on the
Oh
other.
no. Dang.
I need I need a South to Midwest dictionary.
So you think? Yeah. So yeah, that's true. Yeah, you need some southern slang or southern terminology interpretation.
Yeah.
That's what you
Draw
need.
whatever we call it here.
That's what you need.
Dumb.
You, since you're sitting there on the computer, look
Oh
up
gosh.
colossal bioscience.
Oh no. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm on their website. I can see their website. What am I? Woolly
Does it
mammoth?
say what
What?
they are?
De-extinction company? Come on.
De-extinction. They literally have DNA from everything, and they are looking to bring back the woolly mammoth and the dodo bird. Seriously.
See, I want the dodo bird to come
So,
back, but woolly mammoth sounds dangerous.
yeah. Can anyone say Jurassic Park? They're literally doing this.
Hmm. Na, 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 na.
So,
Hey,
know,
like, let's make a movie of it. Watch what actually happens in the movie.
and then we're gonna do
Total
it.
destruction. Let's see if we can do it without the total destruction
Hey,
part.
and then we can get a helicopter ride to Jurassic Park, and you can pay $400,000 to spend a week on the island.
One way ticket. It comes with. Oh yeah, it comes with a meal. Yeah, what he didn't tell you was you are the meal. Sorry, our
Yeah,
bad.
excuse
Yeah,
us, right?
yeah.
Yeah, no, didn't I
It's a
mean
jeep.
didn't
Didn't they take a jeep in
they took a jeep? Well, they took a
in the
jeep, but
first
that
one?
they took helicopters into the island at one. But I think that may have been the second one.
Because I remember them riding up on the jeep and they stand up in the jeep to see the dinosaurs running by. Right,
Yeah,
and
but
Jeff Goldblum says, "Oh my gosh, you did it," or something like that.
that
Whatever.
was almost that was when they were on the island though. They
I'm gonna
had
have
to.
to
I
watch
mean, they
another
had to
one.
seclude them because they let them go because remember the pterodactyls, the dome or whatever got
Oh
shut
yeah,
off so they could get out.
I
So I
liked
mean,
I liked the newer ones. I didn't see the brand new one, the Dominion whatever
I didn't
Kingdom
either.
with all of them in it.
I didn't either.
I heard it got really bad ratings. I like
So
the other ones with Chris Pratt in them though; they're pretty good.
so I mean,
Anyway,
but where at all this? Where at all this? I mean, and you said you didn't know what the Bible said. I mean, God's already. I mean, you know what happened at the Tower of Babel, right? You know what the Tower of Babel is? Nope. I'm getting this blank
no,
look. Not at
sorry,
all. So
I don't
back
even know what
then,
you're saying to be honest with you.
long time ago, 60, about 5,500 years ago, um, when everybody had the same language and everything, they spoke the same tongue and everything, they actually erected what was called the Tower of Babel. They started, and I think it was with the help of some of the fallen
What
angels,
are
some
you
of the,
saying? Tower of Babel?
yeah, Babel.
Okay, okay, well, keep going.
Why do you think the app is named Babel? You know, the app that teaches you
Oh, the
how to
language app. Oh, okay, so that makes sense. That's
is
cool.
that's cool, right? Because they actually had a tower that they were erecting, and they said, you know what, we want to get up to where God is, and so they started erecting this large tower. And basically, the Bible tells you that God said, man, if they an angel said if they can do that, they can do anything. So they actually came down, destroyed the tower, and confused their languages. So that's why we have all these different languages. Why do you think that's where the Bible app comes from?
The Babel.
Yeah, the app. That's where they picked the name from. Was from the
It
biblical
sounds like you're
story.
saying Bible.
No,
I'm getting confused. Can you unhook it for me? Thank
Bible.
you. Babel.
Southern slang, buddy.
Where the Babel came from. Yeah, okay, well that makes sense. I had another epiphany today. I have a friend every time like I would text something profound, they send me a skull back. I'm like, okay. Finally today, they sent a skull and I'm like, you and those damn skulls. And they're like, yeah, it means like either, it's so funny, either I'm dead or you're dead. One of us is dead. I was like, oh fuck. How come I never put that to like the Babel thing? I would never have known that if you didn't tell me the Bible story. But the skull thing, I was another stupid moment today. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on. What
Well,
else you got?
okay. I'll give you another one. Where do we get that? Our letters are called alphabet, right?
Yep.
It's called the alphabet. The first two letters of the Hebrew language, which was the original language, are Aleph and Bet. Alphabet.
Oh, I was gonna be a lot simpler than that, like alpha and beta.
No.
Alphabet. Alphabet. Oh well, it's close.
Well, there is an alpha, but you can't. If you want to take it to the Greek, but the Greek would have come from the Hebrew. So, see, you
Good to
learned
know.
something. You in the know now, right?
I'm gonna have to rewatch this to remember what you just said.
So you're
Uh,
gonna be. I was this many years old when I just realized this.
the Tower of Babel thing is cool. That's interesting, and I still don't remember what you said. Alphabet, Hebrew, what?
The first two letters of the Hebrew alphabet. Okay, and I said alphabet because that's our term, but the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
two letters of theirs is what they call Aleph. It starts with an A, but it sounds you kind of pronounce it like olive, and Bet. Aleph Bet alphabet.
Okay,
That's where we
gotcha.
get it from.
So someone hicked it up. Alphabet.
Exactly.
Perfect. Great.
So,
Oh my
I bet you
gosh.
never put. I bet you never put together if you stand in is if Israel's everybody talks about Israel's the center of the world to me. Think about the languages. You start at Israel and go east. How do they write?
Left to right, right to left,
Right to left. If you go west, how do they write?
left to right.
Everything points to them.
But eventually, where does it? Where does it stop? When you go east, where does it stop? Where does it start becoming right, left to right?
Well, you got
Europe.
China. You get it out there to no. You got west. Europe's west.
It is. It's right in the Middle East.
Come
You're
on,
on the
man.
right.
Know your geography.
East. Oh, east you go into Asia. Yeah. So yeah, so you would have China and Japan, and they're all left to right or right to left.
Yes, they're all right to left.
But what happens when you Russia's right there?
Russia's
The
west, brother.
whatever it's called now.
Man, where was you at in school?
It was still the USSR when I was in school, I believe.
You were watching. You was watching Red Dawn, getting.
Oh, of course, I was watching Red
That's what they
Dawn.
called it.
That was a fantastic. I wish they'd remake that one. I want to see a remake of that.
They did do a
Oh,
remake.
well,
There
that's
is
it's
a.
right. Didn't
They
they?
did. There's a part two.
Like updated with a different war.
Yeah, this it's a newer version. There's a part two. There's a newer version out. Okay,
I want to see a
so
Red Dawn where
so
the trans people attack, and they have to protect their town against the trans people.
oh well, the trans people gonna be running through there holding up their slingshots and everything they're pulling when they're taking off their string
Yeah,
bikinis. Yeah,
yeah, get away! Get away! Oh
yeah,
my gosh!
we're in
Yeah,
trouble.
yeah,
We're in
they're
trouble.
string bikinis.
Yeah, that's their slingshot. You know, their little jock strap thing. They're gonna pull it out, put a rock in it, and start slinging it around.
Oh, oh, I'd run.
So, I need to get you up to speed because I just assume everybody knows. So yeah, you don't know from a biblical standpoint. We ain't got time to get into it this week. We will next week if you want to. You don't know from a biblical standpoint what's supposed to happen, do you?
No, I don't know. No, I don't know what's supposed to happen tomorrow.
Well, I mean, you've heard
I,
of Bible prophecy, correct?
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes, the
Okay,
things that the Bible
for,
prophesies that are supposed to happen.
right.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
don't
even
know
know what?
what's in there. No,
Oh,
I don't
right.
know what's in there, but I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, bring some good ones. Bring some mind blowing ones next week. That'll be fun.
I'll, I'll bring you some stuff, and what's fun? Never mind. We'll talk about it next week. We'll do. Yeah. So anybody, we'll talk about biblical prophecy next week.
You know what I made an appointment for next week?
What
I'll just give you 3 guesses just because it'll be fun.
you made an appointment? Wait a minute. Did you made an appointment to do something?
Yes.
Well, knowing you, a massage.
You don't need an appointment for that. You just walk in, they stroke it off, and you walk out.
at a trans bar.
There's some cool trans bars around. There used to be a place where they did drag shows downtown. Those are some of the funnest nights ever. But again, nobody's like, it's not like there's trans people walking around trying to push their shit on me. There's just a bunch of people having a blast in there.
Well, no, they're up on the stage doing a show, and
Doing their
everybody's
drag
out there all
shows.
this drinking, but there's not
Yeah.
6-year-old children in there, and they're not taking
Correct.
it into the school system and
Correct.
indoctrinating your children.
And there's not like flyers all over the place. Be trans or you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Trans
Yeah.
is the only way. No, they're just there to have a blast. Anyway, no, I'm not getting a massage, nor am I going to a trans bar. That's
Okay.
2 guesses. It's going to take about 9 hours.
9 hours. Oh shit! You going on the trip? You going to Hawaii? I'm thinking
No,
of flights.
I'm getting a left arm sleeve tattoo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What you getting?
So I currently have, it's like all Nordic symbols and stuff.
Okay, Vikings.
Yeah, it's because I'm Norwegian. He's just going to complete it. I free will. I told him just design something, Nordic symbols and Nordic gods and all that other stuff. He's like, I'll put some weather elements in there. I'm like, don't tell me. Just I want to show up that day and you have something epic, original that you can put on my arm.
Sweet. Hey, I got one.
Nice.
I got
Yeah,
that. I got that one.
I have this one. I only have the two. I have that one and this one. This one's for my kids.
I've actually got 2 on my chest and 2 on my back.
Yeah, I didn't get one until when I lost like 85 pounds in 2020. So at the end of 2020 for my birthday, my kids made me go and I went with them because they were 18. We all got tattoos, family tattoo day. And then the following January, my sister came in. We all went with my sister and got tattoos. My youngest just kept getting piercings in her ears. But yeah, so I've only got 2 and I was just like have a hankering for more and I'm finally going to go get something done. So,
Hey, tattoos are addictive. If you get one, you get. I started with a little small one, then I got another one, and then I got I actually got some. You're Norwegian. I got some Viking stuff on one side of my chest, one of the shields, and with some crows and a few other things on it, and some hatchets.
Was your first one a tramp stamp? Was it a one-way sign on your asshole?
Yeah, it was. It was a horrible. Oh boy.
A dollar bill on your dick so your wife could blow money?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
But it had 10,000. It had 10,000. It wasn't $1.
that's right.
I had to.
I do.
I had to have room to put all the zeros.
Yeah. Hey, when you look at mine, it says $1. When you start touching it, it says a million. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah, I know a lot. I don't know anything about the Bible, but I know a lot about Norse mythology after researching all this shit on
Yeah.
my arm.
What's his name? Ogden.
Odin.
Odin. Yeah, I knew. Yeah.
Ogden sounds like a nerd from Harry Potter.
Well, I knew it was Odin. I knew it started
Yeah,
with an
Odin.
O.
And then the ravens, they would be his eyes. They'd fly out overhead, and he could
Yeah,
see what they
the seers
see. And
couldn't see, and then Valhalla. See, I
Mhm.
got that one.
I'm showing your titties on camera.
Yeah, I didn't get. I only showed the top part, man. I left my titty below.
No, no, this is
I
free the
got
nipple, free the
I
nipple
got
movement.
I got checked. It's not a kid-friendly show, so we're good.
Yeah, yeah, no, we're good. But anyway, all right, man. Well, look, we'll got lots
Yeah, I
to talk
got
about.
sleeves
I'll
too.
try to get my daughter. She's not working. She's working her ass off this summer, trying to make tons of money. So
Good for her.
I can't knock her for it. I guess less money I got to spend. So,
Yeah,
but all right.
but I'll tell you. Yeah, okay. We'll have a little Bible history next week, so I'll tell you what the prophecies are.
I've avoided Bible study for 47 years. Looks like I can't
You
avoid
might
it
want to know.
anymore.
You might want to know some things, but you'll find it very interesting that actually Islam teaches the same thing, just the
No,
mirror
I just
opposite.
look.
Just the opposite.
I love to learn. I mean, I'm not going to tell you don't teach me about it. I just don't go to church and I don't read through the Bible. I've read some of it, but I don't know any. I mean, that stuff's cool to me.
Oh
Like that
no.
Babel thing, that was really cool. Like I was like, oh, that's because there's a lot of stuff that I'm sure that is out there in this world that's named after stuff that I don't know about.
Oh
Um,
yeah, me too.
and I walked into like after the gym, I walked into a gas station. This guy behind the counter is like, "Oh, a Vig Visser on your arm," and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" It's the actual name for the compass.
Oh really?
Yeah, the Vig Visser, and it's like, oh, yeah, cool, huh?
Cool, huh?
I know it. I know the runes, the symbols that say those who all wait, those not all who wander are lost. That's what it says. But anyway, yeah, we'll Bible study next week. Can't wait. Or if I can
Yeah,
get Destiny on here, we'll can our Bible study for another week.
yeah, we can do that if she comes on. That's fine. Just until then, if we, we'll see you next week, and if not, I might see you in Valhalla.
I have to die with a weapon in my hand. That's how it works.
I know.